Let's go racing, boys and girls. We are back at Potomac Speedway, or some of y'all like to call it Budds Creek. And what an amazing night I got to enjoy. I got invited by David and Missy from the track to come out and check things out. And this was a big night of racing for their last points paying event. You got to see the track getting worked in. I was there early enough for that. And why don't I just head in onto the track? It's super cool to ride in one of the track park vehicles just to see how it works and talk to some of the crew. And that's how the track was looking after things were prepped. It was my first time being in the garage pits, and super cool seeing open trailers, all kinds of different vehicles be brought in early on into the racing action, and had to stop and get some good food while I was there. Friends, always remember to hydrate. It's key. After eating some dinner, I was there to see some of the cars get tuned on, and I was there for the drivers meeting, which was super cool. I've never really been this close to a drivers meeting, and it was super cool to see all the action and excitement leading up to it. Been a lot of capital improvements at Potomac Speedway. Great spot here to eat and hang out before the racing. You can see some folks are enjoying some food and drinks before everything gets going. They even have a music stage for performers to play before everything gets going. And I got to go up in the booth, check out what that looks like for the folks calling the show up there, which was very awesome behind the scenes. And what an amazing, gorgeous night. Incredible sunset over Potomac. I was bouncing around all over the place, and I did have to get right next to the fence, get sprayed with some dirt, and made it feel like I was right there in the thick of things. Love being at a dirt track. Do you enjoy getting sprayed with dirt at a dirt track? Because I do, and this was definitely the splash zone. After I was here in the splash zone, I decided to check out some of the action from the infield. I love this perspective, and wanted to get a view before all the races kicked off for the evening. I popped over to the grandstands just to get some of that action. It's probably the least amount of time I've ever spent in the grandstands for a race. But, I did want to check some of it out just to get that perspective. That's where I know and love. Went back upstairs and checked things out from the booth to see how they run and operate the race, how they operate things from the tower, which was very insightful and cool to watch. It felt like, kind of pulling the curtain back behind Oz. Seeing things from this high up at this track was just a really cool vantage point, so I did enjoy being up in the booth. And then David and Missy got congratulations and a nice welcome from one of the local delegates who also used to race at Potomac with them, and it was really cool to see their hard work be rewarded and recognized. But here I am. What do I have to do? I guess I'm going to wave the green flag. What an awesome experience. This was, I think, my third time doing it this year, but my first time at a dirt track, and I was really grateful to have that opportunity. Then it was time to check out things from the front stretch just to get that cool view as well. Kind of hard to see some things from the lights, but you were right on top of the action, like when this car caught smoke, not fire, but smoke, I think, from some leaky fluids. And then I got to ride in the pace truck for the feature events. That was super cool. Just an amazing perspective to feel the thrill of these late models take off right at the start of the race, right there from as close as you can get. And it was a chaotic evening for a lot of reasons, but this late model race had a lot of beating and banging. I think both of the winners had damage, the track champion and the race winner, and here was one of the incidents. There was also a ton of flat tires in the U-Car race. I mean, like a dozen, maybe more. It was wild to see the chaos in action there. Also, got to shout out the Backstretch Mafia, giving hand signals, yelling, just pumping their crew up. It was a great night at Potomac. If you've not been, you need to check them out. What a great facility, and had to clean off with some dude wipes at the end of the night.